Okay, so fine. So guys, in the last session, we have done the concept of a deployment, right? So have you done the deployment? Eh? What you are getting error, man? Do you have the error message or like error image or like any other thing? Tell me like what is the error you are getting? I will like we'll fix it. Eh? You're not talking the footer. You are telling that you got the error, but I am asking you what is the error. You are telling that I don't know what I can do. Eh? Okay. Why? Are you having the laptop setup? Open your laptops. See, whenever if you are having error, na, please try to take a at least a image or at least try to run the setup. Okay, in the class I can see and I can able to fix it out. So first of all, it is my Ansible as well as Jenkins server. So I'm trying to connect for it. So guys, here I'm connecting from the Movax term. Parallelly, I would like to connect to the public IP address with port number 8080. So is my Jenkins server going to work or not now? Is my Jenkins server work or not? That's what the question is for you. So basically here we are unable to connect to Jenkins server. Why? Because we stopped the server. What we stopped here? So whenever you stop the server, what will happen to server service will be stopped. So if you want me to show systemctl status Jenkins or Jenkins.service. Currently, what is the status? Stopped. Why? Because you stopped the server, right? So in future, if you don't want to repeat this one, I ask you to go for chk config Jenkins add. Oh, sorry, Jenkins on. It's not add, Jenkins on. So in this case, in future, you need not to use the command systemctl start and systemctl status. Okay. So this already we discovered in the last session. But again, like I was telling you one more time here. So it is starting now. So I'll be going and checking the status also. Nexus is not installing by using the server. So Narayana, you have two reasons. Reason number one will be you forgot to select T2 medium. Reason number two, you might select Amazon Linux 2023. So please check with these two reasons, okay? So it is running now. I'll be clicking on refresh. So in the last class, I asked you to perform an activity, right? I want to execute the deployment on only particular environments like dev environment, test environment separately. Have you anyone of done that exercise? Ille. Deployment तो नया है क्यों नया है? How many of you done the deployment? Raise your hands. None. Okay. And online from your end, guys. How many of you done the deployment, man? So let me check the online response. So funny, done with the deployment, great. You have the notes, you have the recording videos if you buy, and you have the mentor support, but still not able to do. Okay. Huh? So Divya also done. Great, Divya. And one more thing is in the last class, Jenkins were like it was working very fine, right? But today again it got slowed down. Today again it happened. Okay, it's not on our hands, so fine. And one more thing with the help of Ansible, what we can do, we can automate the server creation, we can automate the software installation, we can automate the deployment. Correct or not, sir? I shown you how to automate deployment. I shown you how to automate software installation, but have I shown you how to create server from the Ansible? Have I? No. In today's class, let's go and do the activity. How to provision a EC2 instance with the help of the Ansible playbook. Okay, I'll show you. But before that, guys, you need to understand something here. So it is my Netflix pipeline, which we used on the last session. I hope so it will work properly. It's connected to LAN. What if I'll switch to this? Okay. So guys, I'll show you how to create the EC2 instance from the Ansible. Okay. So first of all, yeah, show me what's your doubt. Leke aao. Online, just give me a couple of minutes. I'll try to verify the offline query here. First of all, I'm telling you, you might have done something wrong. That is the reason why you are not getting. Okay. I'll show you. So what is the issue you are getting? Where is Jenkins, man? Okay. So guys, listen here. I'll tell you how to create an EC2 instance from the Ansible playbook. So guys, creating an EC2 instance from the Ansible playbook will be very easy. But before that, you need to understand. Currently, I want to create a new server. Where I want to create a new server in my AWS cloud. Where I want to create. So listen to the concept. It is going to be very, very important for you. If you don't listen to the concept, you cannot be able to figure it out how it is working for you. So I want to create an EC2 instance on my AWS cloud through the help of the tool called Ansible. Which one? So it is my Ansible tool. I can mark it as. Okay. So now try to understand, sir, Ansible is not a part of your AWS cloud. Correct or not, sir? It's a third party tool. It's a what? Third party tool. So remember, whenever a third party tool want to perform any kind of operation on our AWS cloud, we need to give permissions. What we need to give? See, for example, it is your home. Okay, AWS cloud is your home and Ansible is your friend. Your friend want to visit to your home without giving permission. Will our friend visit to our home? No. Correct or not, sir? Here also, for the third party tool called Ansible, I need to give permission for my AWS account. If I don't give the permission for AWS account, this Ansible tool will not do any kind of action. Here, what is the agenda of this Ansible? It want to create an EC2 instance. What it want to create? EC2 instance on my AWS cloud. So I'm going to mark it as my EC2. So it want to create EC2 instance on my AWS cloud itself. But tell me one thing, Ansible tool doesn't have any kind of permission to create EC2 instance. Why? Because if it want to create the EC2 instance, first of all, EC2 instance is owned by the AWS cloud. So first of all, this AWS cloud need to give some permission for the Ansible tool. So if you want to give any kind of permission for any kind of tool in AWS, we need to use IAM. Which one? So basically IAM is a service which will give permission for any tools or any person or any services in the cloud. If you want to do something in the cloud, you need to have permission. To get the permission, which service you need to use on AWS? IAM. Okay. So let's go to the AWS IAM and let's try to create a user. So I'm going to create IAM here. Guys, the same concept you are going to use it on the Docker. Same concept you are going to do it on the Kubernetes also. So try to listen here. So if you type on IAM, so click on the users. So click on create user. What is the username here? Ansible. Okay. So after creating the user, what you can do is click on next, directly next. Coming to the policies. Policy is nothing but the permission. What is the policy? So click on attach policy. Click on admin access. Admin means you can do whatever you want. As of now, I'm giving admin. But in upcoming days, I'm going to elaborate more of these IAM services. So click on create and click on create the user. And don't worry, this entire process, whatever I'm doing, I'll be going to give the notes for you. Don't worry about the notes. Let me write the notes for you parallelly. So it will be our notes. And here I'm going to write. Okay. Creating an EC2 instance. What I'm going to write here. And the last class notes haven't been added till now. Let me add the last class notes for you first of all. It's my last session notes, okay? I'll deal with the test cases later. Don't worry it now. So before the last session or like after the last session only, I'm gonna create. So I'm writing provisioning a EC2. Provisioning is nothing but creating, okay? Creating EC2 from playbook. Okay, so I'm writing the node point. What I'm writing? Node point. So listen to the node point. If Ansible want to create an EC2 instance in the cloud, it need to have permission. So to allocate the permission for our tool, we can create a IAM user. Okay. So what I'm writing here, if Ansible want to create an EC2 instance in the cloud, it need to have the permission. Okay. So to allocate the permission for our Ansible tool, okay, for our Ansible, I'm writing here, for our Ansible, we can create the IAM user. So how to create the IAM user? That is the question here. So I'm going to write the step-by-step process for you. First of all, in the console, go and type IAM. After IAM, click on create user. What is the name of the user? So name you can give whatever you want. I'm giving Ansible, but you can give whatever you want. After that, you need to go and click on attach policies. Attach policies. So let me show it lively for you. So it is my click on create user. Username again, I'm giving it as Ansible. Click on next. Okay. So after you need to click the attach policies directly. So this is what you need to select here. Attach policies directly. Okay. So after clicking the attach policies directly, next you are going to select what kind of access here. Administrator access. Which access? Guys, in real time, we cannot give this directly, but for practical purpose, I am giving it. In real time, we will be using the some specified policies based upon the user level that we are going to see on the IAM concept in the AWS. So click on next and finally click on create user. So that's it. So right here next and click on create user. Is the part number 1 clear for all of you how to create the user? Online, can you please confirm is the concept of creating IAM user clear for all of you or not? Fine. So once you create the user, next step is allocate the permission. So here, basically IAM user permission will be categorized into 2 ways. One is username and password, which is for console login. Second one is secret key and access key for the programmatic access. Okay, I'm going to give the programmatic access here. So once you click on the create user, so already your user is there. Click on the user Ansible. So click on security credentials. So here I'm going to click on Ansible and go for security credentials. Okay. Once you go to the security credentials, you can see something called as access key, create access key. Are you able to see it, sir? So click on create access key, select CLI here, click on confirm, next. So I'm writing here, create access key. So there you need to select CLI and check the box. So I'm writing the smaller details also. So you can use it very, very easily. Once you click on the checkbox, click on create access key. That's it. Now download this file. So click on create access key. Now you need to download that file. Why? Because in future, you can use this for your reference. Download CSV file. Of course, even though if you don't download, that's completely fine. Now, after doing this one, so come to Ansible server and run the command AWS configure. So this command is nothing but I am configuring my permissions of Ansible user to the server. Okay, this is doing giving Ansible user permissions to server. Now this server can do. So I'm not downloading this one. So I can use it from here. Go to your Ansible server, write the command AWS configure. Okay, first of all, it is going to ask the access key. What is the access key here? This one. Copy it, paste it. Next, you are going to give secret access key. Are you seeing secret access key here? Copy this one, paste it here. After that, in which region you want to create the server? I want to create on US East 1. And the output I want on table format. The same thing you need to give. I'm going to write this one here. But guys, remember these access key and secret key are going to be very, very important. So just try to configure whatever I'm giving. So I'm putting some XXX values here. Why? Because these values cannot be shared to anyone. Okay. So US East 1 and output will be on table format. So in this way, we need to give the permissions of Ansible user to your server. Now your server can go and create the EC2 instance. Your server means your Ansible tool actually. But because in the Ansible tool is ready on my server, so I'm using that server to create the EC2 instance. Again, the whole process I'm explaining you one more time. Listen carefully if you miss for the first time. See, from the Ansible tool, I want to create my EC2 instance. But if you want to create the EC2 instance, you need to go and work with AWS Cloud. Sir, it is my third-party tool, Ansible. So third-party tool cannot go and work on AWS directly. For that purpose, we require some permission. What we require? So to get the permission, which concept we are using on the cloud? IAM. So from the IAM, I create the user called Ansible and I give the admin access. Admin means you can do whatever you want. Okay. After creating the user, we create the credentials. And that credentials attached to my server by running the command AWS. Now, what are the permission? What are the permission that we are having for the Ansible user? Okay. What are the permission we are having for the Ansible user? Okay. That permission we given to our server. Now our server can go and create the EC2 instance. So is the configuring the user clear for all of you know? Online, can you please confirm is the configuring user clear for all of you or not? Great. So the same concept you are going to repeat in the upcoming tools also. So fine. Now here you are going to write the playbook. Sir, the playbook writing is very, very easy. Okay. So just go and see here. I'm going to create the playbook called ec2.yml. ec2. So first of all, write here hosts. What I'm writing here? Put local host here. Put. Why? Because my local server is creating the EC2 instance. So I am putting here local host. Next here, tasks. What is the name of the task? Name creating EC2 EC2 instance. Okay. So to create the EC2 instance, we need to use EC2 module. Which module? Sir, if I want to create the EC2, you need to give some inputs. First of all, mention the region. In which region you want to create the EC2 instance? US East 1. Correct. After that, we need to give AMI. Sir, without AMI, can we create an EC2 instance? Go ahead and select one random AMI. For example, if you want to select AMI, see, click on AMI catalog. After clicking on the AMI catalog, okay, you can select any of the AMI. For example, if I want to create a Ubuntu machine, go ahead and select the Ubuntu AMI. Now, if I want to create a Red Hat machine, go ahead and select the Red Hat AMI. Okay. Now, if I want to create Amazon Linux, go ahead and select the Amazon Linux AMI. So this all will be coming from the AMI catalog only. So go to AMI catalog, copy this AMI ID. And remember guys, based upon the region, this AMI ID will change. Currently for Northern Virginia, this AMI ID is C9AD at the last. But if you go for some other region, this AMI ID will change for you. Okay. Make sure this one all of you. So I'm giving it here. After that, instance type. What I want to give here? instance type here. So make sure your instance type will be T2 micro. Wait. Instance type. Instance type will be what? T2 dot micro. That's it. Your EC2 will be ready. So I am performing this on my local server. Don't give dev or test. Just give it on local server. Why? Because your local server is running this below task. Okay. So I'm creating an EC2 instance here with the module of EC2. Region I'm selecting it as US East 1A. AMI I'm taking some random AMI and instance type will be T2. Sir, is the playbook very easy or not, sir? Easy or not? But I'll ask you a question. You are giving the AMI instance type that was very good. But what about key pair? What about security groups? What about VPC? What about EBS blocks? These are not mandatory. If you don't give them, this will come with the default values. See, whenever if you are creating an EC2 instance, there are mandatory fields, optional fields. AMI is mandatory. Without AMI, you cannot create the server. Instance type is also mandatory. Without instance type, you cannot create the server. Huh? But a key pair, without key pair, can we create the server? Of course, we can create. Without key pair, you can create the server. And VPC, if you don't select the VPC, default VPC will come or not, sir? Can we use the default VPC? Can we use default security groups? Can we use default EBS volume? Yes. Okay. AMI and instance type are the most mandatory fields to create the server. And what are the fields that you are not giving? It will come up with the default values. So let's go and execute this one. Ansible playbook. Name of the playbook will be ec0.yml. Just go ahead and check here. Now you can see the new playbook will come into your picture. But here, what is telling this one? Change it false. Message unsupported parameter for EC2 module. AMI support, like it is telling that whatever the module that you are using, this module is unsupported. Why? Because I'll tell you. See, for example, if you want to create AMI, what you need to give here? Image. What you need to give? But in our code, what I have given, sir? What I have given? AMI. So is it correct or wrong? Is it correct or wrong? Wrong. Image. Okay. And one more thing is, guys, remember, you need to use a function called boto function. Which function? I think all of you know pip module, right? Sudo pip install boto. What I'm installing? If you don't install this module, your playbook will not execute to create the EC2 instance. Okay. So let me run the playbook now. Is it creating the EC2 instance now? How much time it took? Very less second, right? Very less time. You can go and you can check your new server will be running. See, currently these are on running status, right? If I click on refresh, you will come with a new server. Are you seeing new server is pending status now? New server or not, sir? Then with the help of Ansible playbook, can we create the servers or not? This is the fully automated tool. The reason why I said in the initial class, Ansible is fully automated tool means it can create the server, it can install the software, it can do the deployment. Entire work we can automate with the help of playbook or not, sir? That's it. So this is the agenda of why we are using the Ansible playbooks. Okay. Again, I'm repeating one more time for you. In the session also, I repeated this one for you. What is the thing I repeated for you? If you talk about the Ansible, very first session of Ansible, yeah, here it is. Okay. In the previous deployment in Jenkins, we automated the deployment process and we automated the software installation process. But have we automated the server creation in Jenkins project? No. This Ansible can perform the end-to-end automation. What are the end-to-end automation? Creating the server, configuring the server, and deploying the application on the servers. So simply we can call it as end-to-end automation tool. What do we call it as? So this is the concept of Ansible playbook to create the EC2 instance. So guys, tell me, is it a very easy playbook or difficult playbook for you to understand? Just you are giving region, image, instance type. That's it. And remember, before that, you need to install Boto3 function. What you need to install? So by using sudo pip install Boto3, I mean like Boto, you can use this one freely. So this one first you need to perform. So this is the process of creating the what? Server from the Ansible playbook. But the craziest factor is you don't do this on real time. You don't do this on. Why? Because with the help of Ansible, you can install the software and you can do the like deployment also. But creating the servers is not recommended on Ansible. Why? Because for that purpose, we use Terraform, which is more advanced than Ansible. Of course, Ansible can provision the EC2, can provision the some other resource, but Terraform is far more advanced than Ansible. So in future, I'm going to tell you what is Terraform and how to use it. Okay. From Docker, you can't create, man. From Docker, you can create the containers, not these servers anymore. Okay. Sir, can you give the name of the server in the playbook? Yes, definitely you can use iCrystal. And how to create multiple servers using playbook? Naming the servers will take time. No. If you want me to show. See, for example, if I want to give the name of the server, VM EC.yml. Okay. So guys, like if you have a doubt that how to create multiple servers, just add the attribute count. What you can attribute? Count, I'm going to go it as 3. That means it is going to provision 3 servers. See. Of course, you can give names also. That's completely fine. But let me show you how to create multiple servers. See. If I go back to my console and click on refresh, I'll be getting 2 new servers without names. Are you seeing this on pending status now? Sir, it is very easy or not, sir? Just adding count is equal to 3. 3 servers will come, right? That's it. I hope it is clear for you for this question, Dadapir. And can we give the name to the server in the playbook? Definitely. Sir, if you want to add the names, how to add the names? VIM EC.yml. See, what your doubt is how to add the names. So it is very, very easy. Just to give instance tags. Simply if I give name, see what will happen. Simply I'm giving something called as name ABC. I'm just trying to add this one, but see what will happen. What happened here? Your action become false. Why? Because you cannot give the value called name. For example, if you want to give the name, how to give it? Okay, I'll show you. So let me show you. In this expected logs, are you seeing something called as instance tags? Instance tags. So you need to give instance tags. In the instance tags, you need to give the name. How to do it? Very easy. Go to the console, vim ec.yml. Before giving something called as name here, first of all, add the instance tags. What you need to add? So in the instance tags, just to give the name ABC. What I'm giving here? Name ABC. But the thing is here, is it a correct pattern to add like this? If you don't know how to add like this, just to go to the official documentation. So in the official documentation, Ansible or like just type here EC2 creation with Ansible. If you type like this, directly we'll be going to the official documentation. Are you seeing the official documentation here? In the official documentation, you can directly go and you can see the synopsis here. No, sir, like I am very, very, like what do we call as? See, you can see something called as tags. Are you seeing the tags here? In the tags, are you seeing the environment here? So you can add the name like this, the tag section. Or let me show you. Wait. Here you can see how to terminate. Okay. But what is my requirement? I want to have the name of my EC2 instance, right? So let me check it here. Metadata, multiple instances, name. And one more thing also, I'll show you how to use ChatGPT for it, okay? But before that, let me show you how to give the name. What is our thing here mainly? I want to give the name. First one is terminating. We don't want this. Second one is restart policy. We don't want this. Third one is Starting an IP with IP. So I don't want this. Fourth number is EBS. We don't want this. We don't want this. CPU options, no. It is also no. So start an instance with EN. It is also no. No. Metadata also no. Multiple instances. Already we've seen this, right? Count. So I have given count, but you can give exact count also. Number of instances start. We don't also want this one. So what you can do is go for some next year and check it. For example, if you can't find like this, what is the other alternative? I'll show you. Just go and refer some other documentation, which is for the next page for you. See. Instance tags. Are you seeing this one? Tags. So in these tags, you can be able to add the username. I mean, like name is equal to ABC. So first of all, you need to give instance tags. Have you given the instance tags here correctly? What is the name of the server I'm giving? Go and verify. I'm just showing you how to read the official documentation for your queries. Okay. Now go ahead and check. Is it working properly now? That's it. My main intention is to, I just want to show you, wait. CAD is environment. For example, if you don't know how to use a specific feature, I just want to show you how to use the official documentation for you. In the instance tags, if I want to use any key and value, for example, name is equal to ABC, environment is equal to dev. If I want to add like this, what I need to use here? Tags. So this will be helpful for you. If you go to your servers and click on refresh, you'll be getting ABC name. Are you getting the name ABC here? Is it working or not? So like this, you are going to manage some instances with the help of Ansible playbook. But remember, in real time, we are not going to work with it. Why? Because in real time, we use Terraform to provision the infrastructure. We don't use Ansible. But tell me, like, is working with Ansible to create the EC2 very easy or not, sir? Yes, correct. So online, is the concept clear for all of you, like how to work with Ansible to create the EC2 instances? Can you please confirm me once? Great. Clear, fine. Sir, can we create instance and also manage it, right? Definitely, Sai Krishna. But this is what exactly we are not gonna do in real time. Why? Because in real time, as I said, we're gonna use Terraform. Which one? Guys, I'm telling you one thing. Terraform will be the amazing tool. I'm telling you, once if I start teaching the Terraform tool, you will absolutely love it. Why? Because the amount of Terraform content what I'm gonna cover for you is up to certification level. Even though if you listen to my classes and if you listen to the concepts what I'm teaching for you, you can directly go and write the Terraform associate exam to get the certification. That much of content you are going to learn, but not now, in the upcoming days. Fine. So let's go and perform some test cases. Okay. So this is done. So I'll be going and explain the test cases. For example, see, currently, so region is different what we provide in AML where we can create it. I'll tell this Shamsuddin, wait for it. See, what is my requirement is currently you are executing the playbook on which server? Developing server. In future, if I want to go and executing on testing server, what you can do? Cat inside etc, inside Ansible. My playbook name is deploy.yaml. Sir, it is host name is dev. In future, if I want to make a test, I need to come here and then I need to perform. Correct or not, sir? But coming to the server every time and modifying the value is a manual work or automation work. So then we need to automate or not, sir? How we can automate? There are two different ways to do it. How many ways? Let me show you. First of all, go to the Jenkins server here. In the pipeline script, let's go and generate the pipeline script one more time. Go to the Ansible playbook. Can you tell me the steps for here? Tool name is, what is the playbook workspace here? etc Ansible deploy.yaml, and inventory path is etc Ansible hosts. Okay, right? After that, SH connection, you need to give the root user and password. Initially, while creating the Ansible setup, I give the root user and password is Ram123. Same password you need to give it here. Last lo cheppan kada. I said it last na. Fine. So coming to next here, you need to click here, disable SH keys. So this already you know. But what is the requirement is here you can see something called as host subnet. Which one? Tell me where you want to deploy now. I want to deploy on which servers? Put here test. So automatically host subnet will indicate. So whatever you want to put here, you can put it here. Now automatically the application is going to deploy on where? Testing servers. So click on generate pipeline script, copy the script and paste it on the pipeline. Okay. This is the smallest factor what you can do to deploy the application on testing server. Which server? And you can ask me, sir, here though you are writing dev, but there you have given test. Which one will take? Test will taken. Which one will taken? Ansible will not care what you given in the .yml file. Okay. Ansible will care about what you are passing from the pipeline. So in pipeline, you given the test. So automatically it is going to execute on testing server. Let's go and verify. But before that, already, you know, in the last session, we deployed the application on only developing servers. Which servers? If I try to access the application, will it come? Sure. Huh? No. Huh? Why? Arey man, like, see, I'm just trying to access the application. Will it work or not? That's what my question. Why it will not work? Because Tomcat is a service. You stopped the Tomcat servers. What will happen to Tomcat service now? Stopped. So again, you need to do restart. Correct or not, sir? So how you can restart the Tomcat service? Very easy. Use adhoc command for it. Ansible all -a. Okay. Here I am writing sh is to run the script. Sh is to run the in the root folder. Okay. There is a folder called Tomcat. Which one? Or sir, if I don't want to do like this, what you can do is there is one more alternative. Let me show you. In the playbook of Tomcat setup, you are already having this task to start the Tomcat or not, sir? I want to perform this specific task. How I can do it? Tags. So do this task have tag now? No. Let's go and create the tag. Am tomcat.yml. So guys, I am teaching you the real-time work, okay? How to manage the things. Here, I clearly said that Tomcat has been stopped. Why it stopped? Server got stopped. That is the reason why it got stopped. So if I want to start the Tomcat server, I need to run the script. You can use adhoc command to run the script, or you can use this playbook. In the playbook, you want to run a certain task. You want to just start this one. Apart from that, you don't want to do anything. In that case, which concept we can use? Tags. Give the name of the tags X, Y, Z. That's it. Now run the playbook. Ansible -playbook tomcat.yml. Okay. And -- tags. Which tag you want to execute? X, Y, Z. Now only the startup script will execute. Is it started now? Can I go and verify here? Is it running or not, sir? That also we can do. Okay. Of course. So is it making our work very easy or not, sir? Now? So like this, I want to like check all the servers. So online, can you please confirm me? Is starting the server clear for all of you? Why the server got stopped and why we need to start it and how I have started? Is the scenario clear for all of you? Know? Can you please confirm me online? Guys, remember this whatever you are learning, it is the real-time work, what you are going to do in our upcoming days. Whatever the tricks and what are the things I have implemented on my organization, same things I am sharing with you. Even though if you don't have the real-time knowledge, don't feel you are freshers. Whatever I implemented, I'm just teaching you. Feel like it's a KT, it's not the classes. Whatever I'm giving is a KT, knowledge transfer, which you're gonna get in the real time. Manage apps, username will be Tomcat, password Raham123. Oh, wait. Tomcat. Sorry, wrong password I have given couple of times. Tomcat. Done. Finally, testing to server, right? What is the port number? Username will be Tomcat. Password will be great. Now you can see in the developing environment, which application is running here? 6. It is also 6. But this testing environment is running with the 5 only. Here also you can see only 5. Wait. I think this here the application got undeployed. I think I undeployed the application here last time, but okay, fine. So in the testing environment, you can see the version is only still 5. You can go and see the code in my GitHub DevOps Veraham Jenkins Java project. What is the latest code that I have given? Latest code I have given is application version number 6 only. You can go and see. What is the latest version here we are seeing? 6 only. Correct or not, sir? Sorry, here you can see 6, right? But the testing server is still having the version number 5 only. What is testing server is having version number? So I want to deploy the application on testing server. Now what I can do? I already changed the configuration. So if I click on build now, directly the application will go and deploy on which server? Test. But again, here you will go into encounter issue. I'll tell you what is the issue, okay? And before that, this pipeline will take a lot of time to execute. Let's wait for it. Username will be the root. Password will be while you are copying the keys, right? Initially, that password you need to give. Okay. I said this in the last session also. Okay. This is taking a lot of time. It's frustrating. So guys, this is absolutely going to fail. I know. I'll tell you the reason why it is going to fail. And the output that is going to fail on the Nexus server only. Which server? I'll tell you why. Why? Because Nexus is also going to be a service. So I stopped the Nexus server or not, sir? Have I stopped the Nexus server or not? If I stop the Nexus server, what will happen? Service of Nexus is also going to be stopped. If the Nexus will stop the service, how the artifact will upload? If the artifact will not upload, how will the deployment will do, sir? Is it going to fail or not, sir? Again, a logic point, right? My main intention is to teach you the logic and teach you the troubleshoot of the logical issues. This is what you are going to encounter on real time. Okay. Simply, I can tell one example, but I am telling example for Jenkins, for Tomcat and Nexus. Same example, but on different occasions with different servers. Why? Because to develop the logical ability for you. Go and see here, give the command systemctl status Nexus. What is happening here? Sir, you stopped it, but again, why it is running means in the script of Nexus, have a given chk config or not, sir? So in the script already I mentioned that is the reason why it's not stopped. Is the logic clear for you know? That's it. Okay. You can go and check here the pipeline. It got failed. Sir, you said that this will stop by because you stopped the server. It is my server. You stopped the server. So automatically service is stopped. But what happened to the service? It got started. Why it started means I enable the command call chk config command. Which command? This chk config command is going to automatically restart my service even though it got stop and start. That was fine. But even though if my service is running, why it got stopped means I'll tell you. First of all, try to check the error. What you need to check? Just to give Control F and type error. Okay, error. So it is not the error. So scroll down, scroll down. Are you seeing the error came in here? Error, it got happened on which stage? Failed to deploy the artifact, could not transfer the artifact in.raham to the Netflix repository. Why? Because answer is very simple. Sir, whenever, no, it's not the path. Whenever you stop the server, public IP address will change or not, sir? In the last class, Nexus will have the IP address called 1.2.3.4, for example. But after stopping this server, it might become 5.6.7. If the IP address is going to change, how will this transfer the var file to the Nexus? Is it practically possible? Again, it's a logical issue or not, sir? So, whenever if we stop the server, automatically service is going to be stopped, as well as public IP address will change. So, previously the Nexus public IP address is 35.174.211 previously. But if you go and see, what is my current Nexus IP address here? 100.25.117.2. So, it is going to be issue or not, sir? So now what you are going to do is replace the old IP address with the new IP address. How to do it? Simply go to the configuration of Jenkins. In the pipeline, you will be already having the old IP address. Remove the old IP address and give the new IP address. So today the complete concept will be troubleshooting. How to troubleshoot the application failures. Why? Because everybody will teach you the projects. Even in YouTube also you can go and learn the projects. But the troubleshooting is what you need to learn. If you learn troubleshooting, projects are nothing. I'm telling you, all you need to learn is complete troubleshoot. Okay. But unfortunately, we need to wait for the 10 seconds for each and every step of Jenkins. Okay. It's happening eventually. We don't have any other alternative. So go ahead and see where is my next stage here. Here. What you want to replace here? Older IP address with. See, it is my old IP address, right? Remove the old IP address and put the new IP address. That's it. Click on save and click on build now. Without Nexus also you can deploy, sorry, definitely without Nexus also you can deploy, but I just want to show you the real-time pipeline, how it will work in the terms of real-time. So whatever you are seeing, it's complete real-time pipeline only, okay? What we implement on my organization. Same thing I'm showing you here. But unfortunately in my real time, we don't have this much of lag for Jenkins. But due to the newer version of Jenkins, we need to face this issue. And one more thing, you can run this on Blue Ocean pipeline also, okay? Craziest factor is concepts are not taking much time. But Jenkins console is taking the much more time. In which company you are working? So currently it is confidential, Sudarshan. We can't tell this one. Okay. So is the deployment done now? So deployed very quickly or not, sir? Now go ahead and check here. The testing server 1 application is 5.0. If I click on refresh. Wait. Let me refresh the cache. So cache is there. Let me go ahead and replace this one. Let me click on run redeploy. Just running it one more time, okay? So deployment is done. Now go and verify. So it is developing 1 and developing 2. Now we are going to verify the testing 1 and testing 2. Copy the public IP address. Port number will be 8080. Click on manage reps. You already logged in. So click on the Netflix 1.2.0 where currently which application you are getting? 5. Okay. Let me show you why you are getting still 5. Again, there is one more troubleshooting you need to apply here. For testing 2 also, go ahead and check here. Port number 8080. Wait. Still the application is not loaded here. Okay, fine. Here, if you can go and see, is the application deployed properly here? Yes, sir. If it is deployed, we need to get version 6.0, right? Why it is not deployed properly? What is the reason? Let's go and verify the pipeline syntax. Okay. So you can see this version clearly. Currently, the version you are seeing is 6.0, but testing is going to show still. Why? That is the reason. I'll tell you. Wait. Frustrating, yeah. In organization. For testing depends upon the size of the application and size of the team. If your team is big and the application is small application, you can run it very speedily. But if the team is less and the application is very big, it will depends. Okay. Testing means it's not only single activity. You need to perform two type of testings: functional testing and non-functional testing. And after that, security testing will be there again. So it's a very big process, I can say. It's not a small thing. First of all, you need to run unit test, then automated test, after that security test. So a lot of things will involve here. Huh? Performance testing. Somebody make this PDR. So go to the configuration here. I need to explain the concept of variables, but I don't think so. Like it's gonna happen today. Why? Because it's very long it is taking. Go and check here. Currently in the deployment stage, in the limit, what you are getting here? Yes, sir, we have given correct only, right? But why it is still not happening? What is the reason for it? You have limited this playbook to execute on which servers, but still, why it is not replicating as per the expectation? I'll tell you. Let's go to the same syntax one more time and show you one more thing here. Try to clear the cache. Okay. But this in detail at last. Okay, fine. I'll go and try to verify this on some any of the other console. What is the port number? Anyways, someone said, na? Let's go and try. Username will be, password will be Netflix is not there. That means this is not deployed the proper application in which server testing to. Let's go for testing one. What is the application still here? That means what are the pipeline we ran that is not properly executed. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So if you go to the pipeline syntax, just execute the Ansible playbook one more time, and your tool will be Ansible, and deploy.yml will be the playbook. What you are going to run? It is on here. Next here I need to give host section. Just put here host. What is the meaning of hosts here? So that is the inventory file actually, root. So fine. So here we have given disable host keycheck. So in the host subnet, we have given the proper host subnet test or not, sir? But still why it is not happening? Is there any other thing we need to verify here? Do you need to provide anything here? No. Even though if you see my previous notes, let me show you my previous session here. For the previous class, this is the test case. If you can go and see here, wait guys. Here in the limit, we have given the test only, but here I have taken variable, that is completely fine. We have given test, so it need to be test. We have given that properly, but like, are we missing any other thing here? Just compare. Credentials we have given, disable host key check given, install Ansible, inventory file given, playbook also given, and this limit also given. But why this is not executing properly? Or let me try to change one more thing here. Previously, what I said here you need to give the playbook name them. Previously, what I said here you can give whatever you want, right? But here I am trying to change test now. That means whatever I said previously, there you can give whatever you want. But here what I'm doing now, I'm trying to change it. Now let's go and see what will happen. So in the same file, I'm not changing anything. So click on save. Let's go and try to execute now. Why? Because there is the thing called variable you need to learn now. Okay. Previously in first case, I showed you the false. But in the second case, what will happen now? Oh man, it's taking more than expected time here. So click on build now. What I'm doing here, clicking on, you can see it on the pipeline of Blue Ocean also. Just go and verify. So Artifactory doing now. Next is done. Deployment is also done. Sir, after changing the host name to test on my local, just go and check is it replicating or not. Wait, it's getting 404. Is it properly replicated now? That means where is the mistake? Sir, here you only said that here you need not to change. But after changing only we are getting the output or not, sir? So then what is the purpose of defining the test here? That means every time you need to change the value. For suppose I'm deploying on test. Now future if I want to deploy on dev, what I need to put here? Again, if I want to deploy on test, what I need to put here? Tell me one thing. Again, if you are changing the value call manually, is it gonna be a good thing, sir? Of course, you said that here you can define the value. But here if you define the value, here you must need to change the value. That means even though if you define the value here called test, there is no use. Is my logic point clear for all of you? When there is no use of defining the value, then how you can work with it? So in this case, we are going to use a concept called variables. What we can use as? Already Jenkins we use something called as variables, correct or not, sir? What is a variable? Variable will change the values, correct or not, sir? So here what I gonna do? In the place of test, I'm gonna put the variable called server. What I gonna put here? Sir, if I want to deploy the application on developing server, so I'll put here dev. No, sir, if I want to deploy the application on test, I need to put here. That means whenever I deploy on dev server, I simply write here dev. Whenever if I want to deploy the application on test, simply I'll put here. That means, do I need to change the values multiple times in the playbook now? From the Jenkins only, you can pass the values. From the Jenkins only, you can pass the. This is my whole concept, okay? To make this understand the concept, I failed the playbook 2 times. Why? Because first of all, you need to understand what is the issue. Now you got the issue. What is the issue? Every time if you want to deploy a new server, you need to change the value. So if I want to overcome this one, I am asking you to deploy on host. But here if you change the value, after also you need to change the value here. You got some issue again here. That means Even though if I put my value here in the host subnet, again I need to come to the server and again I need to change it. Correct or not, sir? So for that purpose, what we are going to do is we are going to put something called as variable. Okay, that variable I'm going to take it as server. Okay, and one more thing here, what you can do is put on all here, or even though you can leave it, I'm putting here all as of now. Okay, you can leave it as it is. So if I go to my configuration section, I'm going to define the variable. What I'm going to define? What is the variable I'm defining here? Server. What is the name of the variable? If I pass the value called dev, variable will take the dev and deploying on dev server. Now if I pass the variable test, it is going to take the value as test and going to deploying on the testing server. For our simplicity, what I'll be doing now is, let me copy the public IP address of test1 server with the port number 88. So you can see these are my developing servers and these are my testing servers. See, now currently all of them are having the same versions, right? What I'll be doing now, I'll be going and changing the version number 6 to version number 7. Click on edit this file. So now I'm going to make it 6 to 7. Okay, change it now. Sir, what is your intention? If I run the pipeline, this pipeline need to deploy the application on only developing servers. So in the limit, instead of putting the value directly, just take it as variable. What is the variable here I'm giving? Server. So you define the variable called server. How can you call it as variable? By seeing the symbol dollar. Dollar means it's a, sir, for this variable, now you need to pass input. If you pass dev, it is going to deploy on the developing server. If you pass test, it is going to deploy on the. Now how you can achieve this means it's a variable. Remember, if you want to pass values for the variables, you need to use a concept called parameters. What you need to use? This is the concept what you're going to discuss now. So go to the parameters. This project is parameterized. Click on parameter. Go for choice parameter. What is the name of the variable? How many values you are having? Dev. That's it. Okay. So simply go here. Click on this project is parameterized. I am writing this one for you. Where is your notes? Yeah. How to add parameters. Okay. This project is parameterized. So name of the parameter will be, name will be server. So coming to the choices, how many choices I have given here? 2. What are those? Dev and test. So choices I have given dev and test. Then now click on save. That's it. Yes. So if I click dev here, this server value will become dev. Now if I click test here, this server value become test. If I show you something, you'll be getting the clarity. Okay. Let's go ahead and see now. See again, you are having how many servers? 4. All of them are having same application. First of all, I'll show you how to deploying on developing server. Then later we can go for the testing server. So now click on build with parameters. Now this will give you an option to where to deploy the application. So it is going to tell that you define the variable called server. What is the name of the variable? Server. Let it load. If it is not working slowly, the concept will be amazing, but it's feel like boring. Like why? Because it is rotating all the time. If you done this one thing now, so our project will be done. Okay. Why? Because in the project today we added the extensions and troubleshooting. And basically we need to add one more thing called input parameter. Why? Because without giving input parameter, we will not deploy the application in real time. Okay. So now if I click on dev server, the application is going to deploy on which servers? Only developing servers. Apart from that, it won't deploy application on any other servers. Yes, see, the application is building now. Let's wait. Bad time for 6 p.m. batch. It's happening with only Jenkins. But from tomorrow, we can start Docker, okay? A fresh new concept, so nothing to worry about these old concepts. Where is the page gone? And are you getting the new application called version 7.0? It is which server? Dev 1. Now go for Dev 2. Is it getting 7.0? Yes. But if you go and click on refresh, will it come to testing server here? No. And is it coming for testing? No. That means instead of going to the server here and modifying the value of dev and test here, can I able to pass the value from my Jenkins or not, sir? That means do I need to touch the Ansible server now? I really need not to touch Ansible server. Why? Because everything I'm configuring here only. So now click on build with parameters again. This time I want to deploy on which server? Testing server. Which server? Testing server, right? So click on build with parameters and go and click on test. So see, currently the testing is still working with the version 6 only. Why? Because in the parameters, I'm not passing the testing server to deploy. Now I'll be going and deploying on the test server. So guys, if you learn this concept, you can go and build the pipelines in real time as it is without any change. Okay. But there will be some minimum modifications that your developers will let you know. Like what are the modifications, what are the branches you need to get? Those people will tell for you. So click on, now I want to deploy on which server here? Select serve, test here and click on build now. Now automatically the application will go and run on which server? Test. So wait for it. Current build number is 15. The next build number is, once you get the build number 16, obviously you can go and verify. Remember, if somebody asks you what is parameter, parameter is nothing but parameter passes the input to the variable. Whenever if you want to pass any kind of input for any kind of variable, you are going to use concept called parameters. I am writing it here. Parameters. I'll define it, okay? Just make it. So my 16th pipeline is running now as of now. So it is done successfully. Go and verify here. Currently, what is the version before refresh? 6. After refresh? Here also after refresh? That means the application is deploying on the target server or not, sir? But where I am selecting the targets? Inside my Ansible server or inside my Jenkins? That means entire work I can be able to work with my Jenkins server or not, sir? So this is the power of the pipeline. Okay. If you integrate Ansible with Jenkins, no need to touch the Ansible. Ansible will still do the deployment, but need not to touch the Ansible server. Why? Because everything we can operate from the Jenkins. So this is a very high level overview about your Ansible playbook integration with the Jenkins. Guys, really whatever the work you learned here, if you learn this one, your real time work will be very, very easy. Why? Because in real time also, if you go to any organization, same kind of working principle you are going to implement there. If you understand the concept here, if you practice the concept here, if you implement the pipeline here, real-time work will be very easy for you. So that's it. Okay. And one more thing is, instead of passing the choice parameter, you can pass one more parameter called string parameter. Which one? Sir, choice parameter means you can pass only one input at a time. But if you go for string parameter, let me select here string parameter. What is the name of the variable? Same name you need to give. Okay. Don't give any kind of default value here. Click on save. See, choice parameter will pass one choice at a single time. But if you want to pass multiple choices at a single time, you can use a string parameter. Which parameter? Let me write this one for you. So in interview, they will ask you the like a difference between like what is the choice parameter and what is the string parameter. Okay. Wait. Parameter. See, here I have given the parameters. So I'm going to give this one for you. Just I'm adding at the last section of the thing. And I'm clicking on build with parameters now. So now let me show you how to add the multiple inputs for it. Okay. First, this is the parameter. Choice parameter means to pass the single input. String parameter is to pass the multiple inputs. Sir, for example, if I want to deploy both developing and testing environment at same time, how can you pass? Put dev, comma, test. That's it. But before that, try to change the application version. What is the current version? 7.0. Let me make it to 8.0 so you can be having the better clarity. I change the version to 8 now. Click on commit the changes. Now go here and deploy the application on both servers at a single time. So I want to deploy the application on dev server, comma, test. No, sir, if I want to deploy the application on developing one server, so put dev of 0. And the testing first server, dev of 0. Like you can pass values like this also. But I'm deploying on both the environments just for your practical purpose. So put dev, comma, test. Now the application will be going and deploying on both the environments at a single time. But remember, before deploying the application, add input parameter. I think all of you know how to add input parameter, right? Before deploy stage, it is recommended to add the input parameter. Why? Because in real time, before deploying the application, manual approval is mandatory. Without giving the manual approval, your application will not deploy. Okay. I'll show that one also how to add the manual approval. But let me show first of all how to pass the multiple inputs. So currently all your servers are running with which application? Version 7.0. Okay. You can in real time you can call it as O. It's not 0. We need to call it as O. Okay. So currently you can see the application 17 is running here. So the application 17, I mean like build number 17 is done. I'll be clicking on refresh. Is it changing to server number 1? Yes. Developing number 2? Yes. Testing, will it change or not? Yes. Change it or not, sir? Here also. Are you able to change or not? Yes. So choice parameter will allow you to pass only one input. But if you want to pass multiple inputs, which kind of parameter you want to use? String parameter. So is the differentiation between choice versus string clear for all of you? Online, can you please confirm, is the difference between choice versus string clear for all of you or not? Can you please confirm me online? Okay. So, and one more thing, as the real-time work, so definitely we need to add the approval stage. What we need to add? So how to add the approval means, already I said you, if you want to pass any of the input before deployment, you need to use input parameter. Which one? Input. So input, right? Message or the like can we proceed? So put okay Yes. If I click on yes, then only I can able to proceed, or otherwise I cannot able to proceed. See, this message you can put whatever you want. This message you can put whatever you want. In my real time, what I put, I am writing here all the parameters like parameter, like I'll go to write like this. In my real time, right? Parameter check done. Parameter check done means have you given all the parameters correctly? Have you checked it before deploying? Okay. This is what I used to write. So click on save and click on build now. So remember, I'm telling you again and again, manual approval is going to be most important thing in real time. Okay. Your pipeline will be entirely automated, but only approval will be the manual work. Why the approval required, in real time before deploying the application, our senior manager will check all the inputs are correct or not. If he felt that is correct, he can click on yes. Or if he felt it is not correct, so we are not going to proceed the deployment. So this is the standard way of following the real-time pipeline implementation. One of the major advantage of manual approval means if anything is wrong before deployment, we can have the chance to check. So if you find anything wrong, can you able to start the deployment or not, sir? Yeah, in pipeline already we discussed. So let me go and change the version one more time. So I'll be going with version 9 now. Already this we discussed on the pipeline, but I want to implement on the real-time way for you. Okay. So current version is 9. You can see it here. I'll be going and I'll be clicking on run now. But before that, I'll show you how the manual approval will run for you. Let me open the pipeline script here. If you done this one, our project will be done. Okay. Still have some time. We can do it, but instead of doing that one, instead of doing rollback with Nexus, we can do rollback with the build actually. Okay. So I'm deploying on both developing and testing. But remember, just try to run this from Blue Ocean. Why? Because I want to show you the input parameter. Previously, we can see the stages. So input parameter will directly pop up on our screen. But here it is not popping up now. So I'm going for Blue Ocean. So click on run. Server. In which server you want to deploy the application? Dev, test. So click on run. The moment if you start running here, coming to the deployment stage, it is going to prompt an input. Is the deployment moving forward? What is asking? Parameter check done. Now I'll go and check the parameters. What are the inputs? If the input is correct, I'll come and click on yes. If the input is not correct, what I'll be doing? About. So in this way, I have the chance to correct my mistakes or not, sir. Now see, deployment got done and you can see the newer version of application. 9, 9, here also 9, and here also 9. What if, for example, I'm trying to deploy the application, but I know that some of the parameters are wrong. So click on 10 here. Again, I change the code here. So now what I'll be doing, I'll be clicking on rerun. Are you seeing this one? Rerun means again run this one. This time I know that some of the parameters are wrong. This time I know some of the parameters are. So now it is asking the prompt to check the parameters, whether these are correct or not. So this time I know the parameters are wrong. I'll click on. What happened is the deployment going now. It stopped there. What did happen? Stopped there. So this is the high level overview of how the real-time pipelines will be running on the production level environment. Is it clear now? So this is the project. Already we completed the project on last day only. But today I added the extension, how to troubleshoot, how to make the production level pipeline without touching the Ansible server, how to avoid the manual work, how to implement the parameters to pass the values, and how to run the manual approvals. So this all will be the part of your real-time work. Even though if I skip this one, I can tell that project is done, but you won't get the real-time exposure. That is completely waste. That is the reason I took only separate day to explain all of the real-time scenarios, how this is going to be work with you. Is it clear for all of you now? That's it. Solin, can you please confirm me how's this class for all of you now? So you can ping me on a comment section. Yeah, we'll go for doubts and queries, but before that, like, I want response from like how the session is for all of you. And offline, how's the class for all of you? Is it clear for all of you? Have you learned something new? Is it interesting? Okay, great. That's what I'm saying. If you want to roll back, select the previous parameters. I'll tell you this in the upcoming days. Okay, don't worry. Wait. And I'll be giving an assignment for you. Are you guys able to do the assignment? Just a small assignment only. Currently, we'll go for doubts and queries. How many branches I'm having here? 4 branches, right? Okay. These 4 branches will be having the same code. But I want to deploy from main branch this time. Which branch? Say I want to deploy the application. I want to take the code from main branch and I want to deploy the application on the server from the Jenkins pipeline. How can you take the main branch? How can you do it? See, basically, I'll explain something new for you. I mean, like which you already know. Just try to do. Sir, if I want to deploy the application from main branch, in real time, we'll be having a lot of branches. Currently, I'm taking the master branch. Whenever if you are taking the master branch, no need to mention the branch name on the pipeline script. But if you are taking any other branch, definitely you need to mention the branch name. Okay. I'll show you the hint and I'll ask you to do the rest of the work for me. Okay. See, here you are not seeing the branch name. Why you are not seeing the branch name? Because it is master branch. But if you are going for any other branch, it can be like this. So put here branch and put here main. So this will look something similar to like this. Let me show you. Go to the pipeline script, select Git. Okay. So it is my Git URL. Name of the branch will be credentials. I am not giving why because it's a public. Click on generate script. Are you seeing the branch main here? Same script you are looking here or not, sir? Now, my intention for all of you is, okay, listen to the scenario clear for all of you. So guys, again, it's a real-time scenario. Okay. In real time, for the first time, I need to deploy a master branch. But for other deployment, you need to go for main. But for other deployment, you need to go for hotfix. Like these branches will change. So if I want to deploy on master, I can put here master. If I want to deploy on main, I need to put here. If I want to deploy the application from some other branch called release branch, what I need to put here? Release. So every time the value is changing or not, sir? So if every time the value is changing, what we need to take? Huh? What we need to take? Correct only, right? Can we do it now? Or do you do it as a part of your assignment? You want me to show it now or like do you want to do on your own? On my own? Huh? Okay. So my intention is every time, first time you want to deploy the application from master. Second time you want to deploy from hotfix. Third time you want to deploy from, and fourth time you want to deploy from. See, all the application will have the same code, but the versions will change. But the version will. So whenever if you are deploying the application, first of all, you need to deploy from master, then main, then hotfix, then release. So you need to pass input from the pipeline only. So how you can do it? Put the simply variable here, pass the parameters. This is the assignment. I'm giving the clue also. If you do it, then you have the complete understanding about the variables and parameters. Okay. Just put here dollar branch. Now click on save. But before saving, here you need to go for parameter and here you need to add one more parameter call. You can use choice or string, anything is fine. So what is the name of the variable? Branch. Let me do it for you now. Branch. How many branches I'm having? Master, main, release, and hotfix. See, the name should be properly given. Okay. Whatever the names you are giving, this should be properly given, hotfix. So click on save. I'll show you some basic thing for you. Of course, I'll tell you the entire thing here. I want to deploy the application from hotfix branch. In hotfix branch, what is your application version? Application version 10, right? But I want to deploy the application called 11. So in the hotfix, I'm changing the application to version 11. Is the value changing or not, sir, here? So now I want to deploy the application from the branch called hotfix branch. Which branch? Now select the branch, select the server where you want to deploy, click on build now. That's it. I shown you the implementation also. You go and practice. So this is the concept of monolithic deployment. So if you want to show me the deployment also, I'll show here for you. Sir, I want to deploy the application from which branch? No, hotfix. So I want to deploy on only dev server, no testing, only dev. So I want to deploy the application from. That means from the hotfix branch, the code will be traveling to the dev server only. Just go and check here. So in the deployment, it got paused. Why? Because we need to give the input parameter. So click on yes. If you click on yes, automatically deployment done. So I'm on which server now? Dev. Is the application coming as version 11 now? Is it coming from version 11 now? So in real time, developers will ask us to work on different branches. So if you want to work on different branches, this is the way how you need to pass the inputs for it. So that's very high level overview of our project, sir. So if you do this project, I'm telling you, if you prepare this project, this single project will enough to crack the job. That's for sure. So that's it. Now I'm gonna give the notes for you, but before giving the notes, so online, if you are having any doubts or any queries, you can ask me now. And offline, you too. Online, you can raise your hand. I'll giving the unmute option for you. And offline, you can ask me your queries here. Sorry? A lot. Yeah, definitely. See, I'm telling you now, if you prepare up to this much of knowledge, it is more than enough for a fresher. It's up to experience level. For a fresher, this is more than enough. I'm telling you again. So Bhavani, I'm not able to DM. Just send me a connection request, Bhavani. Okay. Okay. So first of all, Anil, you can speak now. Anil, are you able to hear me? Hello. Anil, are you able to hear me? Hello, Anil. I'm not able to hear you properly. Hello. Anil, you are able to hear me now. Can you please speak now? Hello. Anil, are you there? Unfortunately, I'm not able to hear you. Like you can ping me on comment section. I'm not able to get your voice. Yeah, you can hear me, but I'm not able to hear that. It's what? Can you please speak now? One more time. Hello. Are you there still? I think it's the audio issue. Can you please ping your response on the comment section? Like I'm not able to get your voice properly. And Sudarshan, same you too. Today I'm not sure like why it is not working properly. Please ping your response on the comment section. Like what's your doubt? And Sudarshan, you too. Give me 1 second. I'm calling the technician here. Wait. Sorry, I'm not able to hear them. Can you call Pawan once? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, online, are you able to hear me like whoever is speaking here? Anil, are you able to hear me now? Yeah. That's what, like, you are able to hear me, but I'm not getting your voice. Give me a second. Anil, can you please speak continuously for 2 minutes? Here I'm checking like connection. Just say hello. It's there. Like he's on mute only, but we are not able to hear them. Hello. Unmute. Mute lo unnaru. ఒకసారి unmute. Anil Kumar. Yep. No, వచ్చింది. Anil, can you speak now? We're not getting their voice, sir. Okay, let's do one thing. Like it's fine. So guys, I think the system is not working here as per the requirement. So let's connect tomorrow for doubts and queries part. Or you can ping me your doubts and queries on Telegram. I'll be responding you there. Why? Because like whatever you are speaking, I'm not able to hear you unfortunately today. So let's connect over today's session. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you.